For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dublin Celtic Tigers and the Washington Football Team. To head down to New Orleans for Super Bowl 58. It's NFC Championship time. Here's Huff to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. They go play action now. Jackson. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Jackson on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch. But even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. On the tackle that time, it's Trey Waynes.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. Not the touchdown they wanted, but hey, you're on the road in the playoffs. They did get 3 on the board.
Yeah, it's a good opening drive, so you feel good about it yourself. You get to the sidelines. The defense feels good about you helping them right out of the gate. The team, yeah, they feel pretty good about coming in the playoffs and getting points on the board right away.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Watson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the open drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Mixon, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Watson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Got his man. It's Williams. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play there on the catch and run. On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, look at the juke. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Celtic Tigers are able to stretch out their lead. They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports Halftime Report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And that is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Watson off play action. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw, Watson. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Operating from the gun, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
A 71-yard attempt.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun, rolling to his right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Flush to his right, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 53. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. Let's get the ball.
Watson on 1st down. That ball caught by Slayton. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't pay.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ross Blacklock able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. They'll run here on third and goal. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. Now on fourth down, Bruce Arians will send out his field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they're able to build on things here with a field goal. But, you know, the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question because, you know, the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So, yes, tight game. You'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Quick pass out to Miller.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. To throw is Jackson. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Well, we're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
Move. We got 4. Alert. Hey, watch 28.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Got a man complete to Miller.
I'm only going to be on the time.
And all the way down to the 5. A Huge play there for Washington.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And Washington has made this a 1-score game. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the fourth quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to... And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Celtic Tigers 20, Washington 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the fourth quarter, this possession, gigantic. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You gap the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, Watson. Catch made by Slayton. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now it's Watson. This goes out wide from Mixon. Touchdown! Joe Mixon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And Washington able to make this a close game again. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Steps away to his left. First down and more for Jackson. And all the way in for the touchdown. Well, that was something to behold there. You might expect runs like that from a kick returner or wide receiver, but that's your quarterback hitting top speed. Extra point, not all that convincing, but he does tuck it in there. And the lead is up to 15 now. Washington 12. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Touchdown, Washington. Darius Slayton, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
So Washington now with an important two-point conversion attempt. Watson to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. And hold the phone now. This game isn't over yet.
Not at all. Now, get the football back. That's the first thing. However you do it, get the ball back and then manipulate the clock with your offense, because you've got to get the ball into the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Yeah, another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Celtic Tigers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
Watson.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And some room to maneuver. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, 208 yards for him on the ground as this has been a night to remember to this point. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. So, Charles, oh so close on one side to getting to that Super Bowl. Oftentimes, we just show